वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। नत्वा श्रीभारती तीर्थ
नत्वा
श्रीभारतीतीर्थ
विद्यारण्यमुनीश्वरो
विद्यारण्यमुनीश्वरौ
अधीमहे पञ्चदशीम्
अधीमहे
पञ्चदशीम्
कैवल्यपदसिद्धये।
कैवल्यपदसिद्धये।
Number 49. सविकल्पस्य लक्ष्यत्वे
सविकल्पस्य लक्ष्ये
लक्ष्यस्य स्यादवस्थिता
लक्ष्यस्यादवस्थिता
निर्विकल्पस्य लक्ष्यत्वम्
निर्विकल्पस्य लक्ष्यत्वम्
न दृष्टं न च सम्भवी
न दृष्टं न च
संभवी।
This is a apeksha, an objection from the Purva Paksha. Suddenly from where Purupakshi has come? Because starting from this shloka onwards, Mananam starts. Shravanam had been done. Shravanam had been done. Now Mananam. Therefore, for Mananam, even if we don't have doubts, we raise doubts and then solve it so that our knowledge is free from doubts. Free from doubts, free from error, free from mistakes, free from doubts, Mananam, free from error, that is by Nididhyasana. You never mistake yourself as a samsari. Agam Atma Paramatma Eva Samsari. Nididhyasana. That is by Nididhyasana. So Shravanam followed by Mananam followed by Nididhyasanam. So therefore here after Shravanam, Mananam starts. For that, here a Purupakshi is introduced and he asks this question. Kashchana Akshepaka Pradashitaha Atra Purupakshi. The word, the Shabda, what we use. Shabda, what we use reveals a thing. Vyavahara, we know very well. When we use a word, a Shabda has got a pravritti nimitta. The usage of a word has its cause. It has the cause and it conveys or reveals something which has jati, guna, kriya, dravya, sambandha. This Shabda can play around only of these five. Only when a vastu, an object, has got any of these, that only a word can reveal. It can reveal a guna or it can reveal a substance, the dravya, the material, dravya material, or jati, to which jati it belongs, vriksha jati, pushpa jati, mriga jati, pakshi jati, manushya, that is also jati. Within jati, there may be a jati. So jati, so that there is a distinction between one jati and other jati. Gatatvam is different from patatvam. The potness is different from clothness. Jati, different. And similarly, sambandha. So therefore, a word can only reveal a word that is Shabda Pravritti Nimitta can reveal only the five among these. That is the word. The word has got limitation. Now, Shastram is Shabda Pramanam. Shastram uses words to reveal the Vastu. Here the Vastu is Brahma. Shastram reveals the Vastu Brahma by words. Shastram is Shabdarashi. It is Shabdarashi. The words. How can the words reveal Brahma? Because according to us, Brahma is Advayam Brahma. It is Advayam. It doesn't have the second one. It is, that's all. It alone is Advayam. Even the words are Nitya. Doesn't exist. Brahma, Vastu alone. Word also, if you say, the word is, the isness belongs to Brahma. The word, it has its Nama and corresponding Rupa form is Brahma. So everything resolves into Brahma. Finally, it is only Brahma. That is what we say. It is Brahma alone. And what Brahma is cannot be objectified, cannot be objectified by any means or even by words. That is why mind also, words and mind cannot objectify. Yato vacho nivartante, aprapya manasa. At the same time, Upanishad says, manasa eva idam aptavyam. There seems to be contradiction that you saw in Kathopunis, there is no contradiction. Manasa eva idam aptavyam is Samskrita manasa eva idam aptavyam. Samskrita manasa, that is by the person who is fit, who is qualified, who has gained adhikaritvam by him alone, it can be gained by that mind, Samskrita manasa, therefore karma yoga, etc. Anyway, that is a different discussion. Now, how can the words reveal? The words reveal the vastu. If you say the words reveal vastu, now the question comes. Words you use, it means Brahma is available for objectification of words. Words can reveal, words can contain Brahma. At the same time, you say Brahma is Advayam, Advitiyam. It is above all. How can it be above all? If it is available for words, then it is like any other vastu, any other object. So, therefore, the question comes. If you say it can be revealed by words, then it is Sadvaya. If you say if you cannot reveal by words, then it is not there. It is not there. Words cannot reveal. You say that Brahma, you describe Brahma, you present Brahma through words, and saying Shastrami Shabdatmakam reveal Brahma. And Brahma, and also you say that Brahma cannot be revealed by words. Words can reveal only that, reveal that vastu which has these five. Dravya, Guna, Kriya, Jati, Sambandha. Otherwise, words do not have any application, do not have any purpose, do not have any utility. Words are helpless. Therefore, there must be either of these five. Now, if Brahma has any of these five, these are the Visheshanas, these are the Vikalpas. Any object in the world you will see as this, therefore only available for your objectification, available for your indication. You can indicate a vastu, an object by words, because it comes under any of these five. A rock, substance. A rose, rose is a flower and it is rose in color. It's a flower. The basic substance is flower and it is rose in color. Therefore, guna is there. And some other rose is pink in color. That guna is there. So therefore, you can use words. And you say Brahma is that which cannot be revealed by words. Words cannot reveal. So that is how we interpret ito vacho nivartante. Then how that Brahma can be revealed, or how you say that Brahma is Advayam Brahma, then it cannot be revealed by words. Advayam Brahma revealed by words is contradiction. Advayam Brahma, Advitiyam Brahma revealed by words is contradiction. Sadvayam Brahma, Savikalpa Brahma revealed by words is acceptable. Therefore, now the question comes. Brahma doesn't have any of the guna, any of these properties, then how words can be revealed? Words cannot reveal. Iti Purva-Pakshi's standpoint. But we cannot go by words cannot reveal. Words cannot reveal what is the purpose of Shastra and Pramanam. Okay. Then one step further. Okay, if words reveal you, as Purva-Pakshi says, words reveal them. Now tell me, that which is revealed by words, the Brahma, Is it Savishesham Brahma or Nirvishesham Brahma? Is it Sagunam Brahma or Nirgunam Brahma? Is it Sadvayam Brahma or Advayam Brahma? Vikalpena saha vartate savikalpaha. Visheshena saha vartate savishesham. So therefore, Vikalpena saha vartate, if you say, it is accepted. Vikalpena saha vartate. But can we accept Visheshena saha vartate Brahma? Then Brahma becomes, if we accept, then we are in problem. We are reducing Brahma to an object. Visheshena, Vikalpena saha vartate. If you say no, doesn't have any Vikalpa, any Vishesha, Brahma is Nirguna, then also you will ask, how can Nirgunam Brahma be revealed by words? So we are caught. Either way you answer, we are caught. So that is what he is doing in this shloka we saw. Savikalpasya lakshyatve. Lakshya means that which is indicated, which is pointed. Bhagatyaha lakshanaya. Ita lakshyate. Which are the status of akshyatvam, which are the status of akshyatvam, that is indicated. Akshyatvam means akshasya is jnana, nyayamanasya, nyayamanatvam, savikalpasya, brahmanaha, lakshyasya syat avastuta. It is avastu. It has the status of being an avastu. It is not vastu. Here vastu means Brahma, avastu means not Brahma. Vastu, the word indicates Brahma. Sarvam kalu idam Brahma vastu. Anyat avastu. Mithya ityartha. We say mithya. Avastu. So Brahma is the only vastu. Avastu means anatma. Atma, anatma. So he says Brahma is avastu. If you say lakshyatve, lakshyatve avastuta syat vikalpasya savikalpasya brahmanaha. Brahma will become nitya avastuta syat. If it is with this, if it is vikalpena sagavartate, that is this jati guna kriya dibiki saha vidyamanasya brahmanaha savikalpa brahmanaha lakshyatve bhagatyaha lakshanaya lakshyatve mahavakya when it is then vichara and we do bhagatyaga lakshana, therefore lakshana vakyena lakshyatve bodhyatve sati, then this lakshyasya brahmanaha avastuta syat, then this brahma is mithya brahma. So what you reveal is mithya brahma. If you say savikalpa, then it is mithya brahma. If it is mithya brahma cannot give moksha because mithya. If mithya brahma gives moksha, then everything is mithya. Brahma satyam, jagat mithya, we say. Jagat is mithya. Then jagat should give you moksha. And what type of moksha it can give? It can give only mithya moksha. Moksha cannot be satyam. Only when Brahma is satyam, then moksha is satyam. And satyam is not gained. It is because satyam. Sat, it is always there. That is the truth. Truth never changes at any point of time. That which remains all the time doesn't subject to any change, any modification, any alteration. That is truth, satyam. That alone gives satta spurti to everything. That cannot change. It is yadara adhisthana. How can it change? That alone is satyam brahma. Therefore, brahma, if it is avastuta, nitya, then if you accept nitya brahma, then nitya brahma cannot give moksha. Therefore, moksha is not possible. Moksha is not possible. Moksha aprasangaha bhavati. Moksha is not possible. Therefore, one need not strive for moksha. One need not study Shastram also. Finish. Oh, this is attack. If you say nirvikalpa, Brahma doesn't have any vikalpa, nirvikalpam Brahma, then how can nirvikalpa Brahma? Lakshyatvam, what is indicated by Vakya, Bhagatyaga, Lakshanaya, Lakshana Vakyena, Bodhyatve, Lakshyatve, Lakshyatvam, Lakshyatve Sati, Nirvikalpasya Brahmanaha, Tattu na drishtam, na sambhavi, therefore nacha sambhavi, because it is not available for your perception, any perception. Nirvikalpa Brahma, words cannot be used. Nirvikalpa, how can you use words? Contradiction. Therefore, it is not there. Therefore, that Brahma which is nirvikalpam cannot exist. That cannot be the subject matter of Vedanta. So, Lakshitam Brahma, Lakshitam Vastu Savikalpam Bhavati Chet, Mitya Bhavati. Vityatvat moksha anirmoksha prasangaha. Moksha not possible, anirmoksha prasangaha, therefore no moksha. So that dharma artha kama only, three purushartha only, there is no moksha. Whatever you gain here, that alone is dharma artha kama. Anirmoksha prasangaha bhavati. So Brahma yadi savikalpam syat, tarhi mitya bhavati. Mityatvat anirmoksha prasangaha. He has cornered us. Therefore, intelligently, if we say, no, anirmoksha prasanga means it's a dosha. Therefore, if you say nirvikalpam Brahma, nirvikalpam lakshate, it also is not possible. How can dharma ragitam, vikalpa ragitam Brahma, katam lakshana vakyena jnatum shakyate? Why? Because kutrapi na drishtam, nacha sambhavi. Therefore, asambhavi. It is not available for perception, therefore doesn't exist. Dharma ragitam Brahma, nirvikalpam Brahma, katam jnatum shakyate? Therefore, by both ways, he has cornered us. This is a very difficult situation we may find ourselves when asked such questions. Now, our Shastra is so intelligent. The Purva Pakshi may think it is intelligent, but we responded in his own words, in his own way. I mean, in his as he attack us, so we respond. The same way we respond. We will give the answer to that. If the Purva Pakshi really wants to know, then we will give him the answer. What he really wants. If there is a urge to wanting to know, then we will give the answer. But if it is a Vitanda Vada this discussion can be, debate can be Vada, Samvada, Vitanda, Jalpa. But if Vitanda, purposefully, he just want to contradict. Anything you say, he contradicts. If he does so, then we have to respond the same way. So therefore, we will not do defensive. We will not give defensive answer to the question now. We will give that later. Now we will give offensive. First is offensive, and then we will defend. We will defend our Siddhanta. We will defend our position. Our position is so clear. Our position is unshaky. So we don't have to worry about our position. Our Siddhanta, our conclusion is so strong, it is unshakable. It is not a belief. Our Siddhanta is not based on some assumption or based on some belief. It has its dependency, it has its Ashraya only the Shastram. What Shastram say, that alone we say. As the Shastram presents the words, so we interpret. It is not taking randomly the words of one Shastra, one Upanishad. All the Upanishads, that's why Tattva Samanvayat. We also establish all the Upanishads present the same vastu. Not each Upanishad presents different truths. Tattva Samanvayat. So that's why Samanvaya Adhikaranam is there in Brahma Sutra. So we say that all the Upanishads, they present the same Brahma, Tattva Samanvayat. Maybe the different Shastram may use different Kriya, different methods, can be different approach, but they have Tatparya in revealing the same Vastu. So that understanding being strongly there, and it is not based on just belief or any assumption. It is purely based on Shastram, and a lot of Mimamsa have been done. A lot of Mimamsa and Tarka based on Shruti had been done. So after that only this Siddhanta, this Advaita Siddhanta, which is strongly upheld by the Parampara, starting from Dakshinamurti up to Shankaracharya, this Siddhanta, which have been coming down, it is so strong, it is unshakable. So any other Siddhanta comes in between. There are some new ideas, new thoughts, that if it doesn't support our Siddhanta, we find fallacy in that and then dismiss. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to make the Purva Pakshi see the fallacy in his argument. The fallacy in his argument, that is offensive. We are not going to establish our Siddhanta. Unnecessarily, why should we? If the person really interested, then we may present our Siddhanta, we establish our Siddhanta in keeping with the Shastra. Establish only in keeping the Shastra. We cannot establish independently. So now, since Purva Pakshi since he is cornering us, thinking that he is victorious over us, now we have to reply him the same way. So we are going to corner him. As he felt that we have been cornered, now we are going to corner him and make him see the fallacy in his understanding. It is not just to make the Purva Pakshi see the fallacy in his understanding. It is also to make us see if we have any fallacy in our understanding, to remove that. That is why it's called Mananam. That is why it's called Mananam. Shravanam, it is not Shravanam you hear. After that, you don't just swallow things. You don't just swallow without understanding. If understanding is not there, then it is not Jnanam. It is just information. Information cannot give liberation. Understanding only can give moksha. Understanding means Jnanam. Jnanam only can remove Ajnanam. Information cannot remove Ajnanam. When it comes to Vedanta, it is not information. That is why it is not an academic approach. It is for knowing the truth. So therefore here, it is clarity, it is clear knowledge. For that, all these doubts have to be removed. Now we are going to respond to Purva Pakshi and show the fallacy in misunderstanding. That is the next shloka. 49 already we have seen, we have read the Tika also. Now we will read the next one, number 50. Vikalpo nirvikalpasya.
Vikalpo nirvikalpasya.
Nirvikalpasya, not nirvikalyasya, it's a typo here. Savikalpasya va bhavet.
Savikalpasya bhavet.
Adhye vyaghatirangyatra. Adye vyaghatihi anyatra. Adye vyaghatirangyatra. Anavastatma shayadayah.
अनवस्थापत्याश्रयाद.
So here, this is our responsibility. Here we answer to the Purvapakshi. Therefore, this is the shloka of the Siddhartha. So Purvapakshi asked question, now we are going to answer. Here as well as in the next shloka. In fact, both we have to read together. That also we will read and then explain. Idam gunakriya jati dravya sambandha vastushu.
इदं
गुणक्रिया
द्रव्यसम्बन्धवस्तुषु
Samam tena svarupasya sarvametaditi ishyatham.
समं तेन
तेन
सर्वरूपस्य सर्वमेतदिति
सर्वमेतदिति
श्यताम्.
These two are our response. These two shlokas, Siddhantin's response. Now, we don't answer the Purvapakshi directly, rather we question him. This type of asking the Purvapakshi question, it's called not answering him directly. Not answering directly, it is called Jatyuttaravada. Pratibandha Uttaravada. That is, you silence the Purvapakshi by pointing out the defects in his standpoint. By pointing out the defects in his opinion, in his mata, so that he cannot ask us question, because he himself has problem in his darshana. So therefore, when you point out the mistake, then his basis itself is shaken. So when you yourself have problem in your darshana, fallacy is there, then how can you question us? This is called Jati Uttara. Jati Uttara. Or offensive way of replying first. Then after that, we will give the answer. So that is what is being done here. He said there is there's something called Ushtra Laguda Nyaya. We apply here Ushtra Laguda Nyaya. Ushtra means camel. Ushtra, camel stick logic. Camel stick logic. That is, when a camel carries a heavy load, carrying a heavy load, when it doesn't behave properly, then what does the owner do? He, with a stick, from the load itself, the load which is carrying, heavy load, that log is carrying wood. One wood you pick up from the load and give us good beating to the camel. That is called Ushtra Laguda Nyaya. Similarly, we pick up a stick, that is the mistake in the Purvapakshi's view, and give him back. That is called Ushtra Laguda Nyaya. That Nyaya is applied here. So Purvapakshi Kritasya, Tena Kritasya, Akshepasya Samadhanam Uttam. Vikalpaha Nirvikalpasya. Vikalpaha Nirvikalpasya Brahmanaha va Savikalpasya Brahmanaha va bhavet. Adye Vyagati doshaha bhavati. Anyatra anavastha atmatmashaya doshaha adeha doshaha bhaveyihu. So it is Vikalpaha Nirvikalpasya. Vikalpaha Nirvikalpasya Savikalpasya va bhavet. That is, Purvapakshi says, everything in the Srishti it is Sagunam. So it is Sagunam. Everything the Srishti has got these 5 Jati, Guna, Kriya, Sambandha. The next sloka it came. Guna, Kriya, Jati, Dravya, Sambandha, Vastushu. So therefore it is Saguna. So Saguna Dravyam and Saguna, any substance will have Guna, therefore attributes. So therefore Vikalpa is there. Vikalpena Sahavartate. Therefore it is available for the words Iti Purvapakshi. Now we ask a question. Any attribute you take, whether it is Guna, Kriya, whatever it may be, any property you take, that property resting on the substance, the property cannot exist itself. A property cannot exist itself. A property must have its ashraya on the substance. So, property must have adhisthana, must have ashraya. So, therefore, there must be an adhisthana, there must be an adhara, the locus, the support for the property, the attribute to rest. So, adhara is the substance and adeya is this attribute, property. We can use the word property. I just use the word property. The property is required, like the pot has potness, the flower, rose flower, the rose color, it's a property. Color is a property. So that's called vikalpa. Substance is there, that is adhara, and the property is adeya. So adhara, adeya. Adhara is that which sustains the adeya. I hope you understand. Adhara, adeya, sambandha. Substance holding the adeya property. Adeya meaning property. Or you can say ashraya, ashrita. Both are same. Adhara, adeya or ashraya, ashrita. Ashraya is the substance, any substance. And ashrita is gunas, the property, the attributes. Now, this substance, the substance that is a supporter, adhara, that supports the property. That supported, adhara, adeya. Supporter is adhara and adeya is supported. Property is supported. Now, we ask this question. That is, what is the nature of the substance? The adhara. What is the nature of the adhara? Adhara, adeya, we said. What is the nature of this adhara? The supporter. Is it sagunam or nirgunam? It is sagunam or nirgunam. Sagunam, nirgunam is not Brahma. Just we say sagunam or nirgunam. It is savishesham or nirvishesham. It is savikalpaha or nirvikalpaha in the language of Panchadasi, Panchadasi. The substance, is it savikalpaha, vikalpaha, savikalpaha or nirvikalpaha? Now, if the Purva Pakshi, that is Mayayika, if he says savikalpa, if he says nirvikalpa, no, the substance is nirvikalpa, doesn't have the adhara, the adeya is supported. Now we will ask, substance is nirvikalpa, it is nirguna. The nirguna substance, the nirguna adhara, supporter, supports the adeya, the property, which is sagunam. How can it be? How can it be? Nirguna adhara supporting the adeya, the property, the attributes, the gunas. Is it not contradiction? If it supports, then it is no more nirguna. It becomes saguna. If it is no more nirguna, it is saguna. So, Nirguna supporting the Saguna. If he answers Nirguna, then Purvapakshi is caught. If you say Nirguna, then how can Nirguna can support the property, can support the Adeya is caught. This defect is called Vyaghata dosha. This defect is called self-contradiction, contradicting oneself. Nirguna Adhara supporting the Saguna Adheya. Contradiction, self-contradiction. Vyaghata dosha. Now first we point to the Purvapakshi. It is Vyaghata dosha, self-contradiction. Maybe I will, to make you understand, first we will see what are the dosha. What is that we are trying to point out to the Purvapakshi. The word file I will type and try to explain what is this. What is that we are trying to say? Can you see the word file?
Yes, Ji.
Now, substance is there. Any substance. Substance is called Adhara. You can call Adhara or you can call Ashraya. Any word you can use, no problem. Adhara, Adhaya or Ashraya, Ashrita. So substance is a supporter, is the Adhara, is the Ashraya. For what? For the property P1. I just call it as P1. Now we ask this question. Is this substance the Adhara, the Ashraya? Is it Sagunam or Nirgunam? It is Savikalpa or Nirvikalpa? Is it Savishesha or Nirvishesha? Now, if he says if it is Nirvishesha, Nirguna, Nirvikalpa, how can Nirvikalpa substance can support Savikalpa property, Savikalpa Adheya contradiction? This is called Vyaghata dosha. This dosha is called Vyaghata dosha. In Sanskritam, it is called in Sanskritam, Vyaghata dosha. In English, it is called self-contradiction. This is called I'll type it. It's called self-contradiction. This is a defect. So therefore, Purvapakshi cannot answer the substance is Nirvikalpa. Now he has to answer only it is Savikalpa. He has to answer the substance is Savikalpa. It is Savishesha. Now, if it is Savishesha, fine. If it is Savishesha, the property P1, where does it? If it's Savishesha, then it must have property. The substance, if it is Savishesha, then it is not just a substance. Substance plus the property will be the P2. The property P2 must be there. So therefore, the property P2, substance plus property. So therefore, on that substance plus this property P2, now we have this property P1. First is, he said it cannot be Nirgunam. If Nirgunam is got, if it's a Nirgunam, then it's a dosha, Vyaghata dosha. Now substance is, no, it is a Savishesham. Savishesham means with the guna, with the property. So it must be substance plus P2. And now P2, substance plus P2 on which the P1 can rest. P1 can have its support. Now, we don't stop here, we ask the question. You cannot escape. Okay, fine. Now you say, substance, this P1 property is supported by the substance having the property P2. Now we ask, is this P1 is equal to P2 or not. P1, the property, is it equal to P2? If both are same or not. Property P1, whether it is equal to same as P2. Yes, it is same. Suppose if he answers, that is also a defect. Yes, property both if the same. How can the two things having the same property rest on each other? How can you say one rest on the other? A table rests on itself. No. The table is the leg is there. All the okay, the legs of the table are there. They all one. There is no, it's assemblage, but as a whole, it's one. Or any solid thing you take integral one. That it is one integral. So similarly, P1, P2 is one. They are same. How can you say this support that? They are not different, they are same. It is something saying like you call yourself. You call yourself to the mobile. How can you call yourself? Even WhatsApp is possible nowadays. You can send message to yourself, but calling is not possible. You dial your own number in the mobile and try to call. How can you call? Because it is you yourself. So P2 is P1. If P1 is equal to P2, then this is another defect. This is called self-dependency defect. Defect of self-dependency. It's called Atma-shraya dosha. Self-dependency. Both property, they are not different, they are same. It is same, then one depending on the other, saying it's a dosha, it's a defect. It cannot be. Atma-shraya dosha. These are languages. These are language of the Mayayika. We use the same language to corner it. Now he has to say, no, P1 is not equal to P2. It is different. P1 is not equal to P2, he has to say. There's no choice, he has to say it is different. If he says P1 is not equal to P2, then we say, if it is not equal to P2, then again the same question comes. Where this P1, how this P1 resting on the P2, the P2 resting on the substance, on the adhara, on the ashraya. Now the substance is sagunam or nirgunam. Again the same question will ask. If he says nirgunam, vyaghata dosha. The property P2, he says it is different from P1, and the property P2 resting on the substance, if you say, we ask the same question what we asked before. Is a substance nirgunam or sagunam? If he says nirgunam, then vyaghata dosha. If he says sagunam, then the substance must be having the property, another property. Therefore, then we say it is substance plus. He says it is not same, that it is sagunam, therefore it must have the property P3. And P3 is P3 substance with the property P3, and it supports a property P2, and P2 supports the property P1. Like that it will go. Now, here we do the substance with the property P3, which supports a property P2, and P2 supports a property P1. Now we ask the same question again. Is the property P3, is it same as a property P1? If it is same, then again we have Atma-shraya dosha, self-dependency, defect of self-dependency. That cannot be. It is not even if it is same, it is dependency, mutual dependency. It is called mutual dependency. Mutual dependency, not Atma-shraya, mutual dependency. One property depends on the other property. It is Anyonya Ashraya. This dosha is called Anyonya Ashraya dosha. Anyonyashraya. That's a defect. Now, next one is, if he says the P3 is equal to P2, P3 is equal to P2, again then the defect comes, P3 is equal to P2, so both are same, therefore P2 supports P3 or P2 supports 3, self-dependency. Atma Shaya dosha will result, self-dependency. Therefore he has to say, now P3 must be different, P3 must be different from P2. If P3 is different from P2, if he says P3 is different from P2, then where does the P3 is? P3 must be, we ask, now the substance, where does the substance P3 reside? On the substance. If it is Nirgunam, it cannot. Therefore, the substance must be Sagunam. It must have the property, another property. It must be the P4, on which the P3, on which the property P3 rests, on P3, on which the property P2 rests, on which the property P1 rests. So, therefore, substance with the P4, the P4 supported by P3, P3 supported by P2, P2 supported by P1. It doesn't stop here. We ask again the question here. Now, the property P4 supported by the substance, in the substance, Sagunam or Nirgunam. If you say Nirgunam, Yaghata dosha. If it is say Sagunam, then all the dosha, again we'll ask question. If it is whether P4 is equal to P3 or is equal to P1, we'll ask question, then Atma Ashraya dosha, Anyonya Ashraya dosha, all these defects will crop in. If you like that, we can go on and on. We can go on and on. We say another property, then P5, then this becomes P4, this becomes P3, this becomes P2, then P1. So like that, we can go on and on. So that's called Chakraka dosha. There is no end to it. There is no end to it. So therefore, we can say substance plus Pn, property Pn, N, supported by the property P, N minus 1, supported by N minus 2, supported by the property N minus 3, supported by the property N minus 2, supported by the property N minus 1. You can go on and on, never stops. Infinite regress. This is Chakraka dosha. So you are caught. So if he says Nirgunam, Vyagata. If he says Sagunam, all the defects will crop in. Atma Ashaya dosha, Anyonya Ashaya dosha, Chakraka dosha, all these defects will come. So Atma Ashaya, Vyagata dosha, Atma Ashaya dosha, Anyonya Ashaya dosha, Anavastha dosha, Chakraka dosha, all these defects will come. So that is what we are saying here. Vikalpaha nirvikalpasya savikalpasya va bhavet. Vikalpaha nirvikalpasya va savikalpasya va. The vikalpa, that is the property, the vikalpa is vikalpena sagavartate, vikalpaha. So the vikalpa is it for the nirvikalpasya brahmanaha, nirvikalpasya substance, not brahma here. Nirvikalpasya va, we are asking just a general question to the Purva Pakshi. So vikalpa is as its ashraya on nirvikalpa substance or savikalpa. Va bhavet. Vikalpasya va nirvikalpasya va. Adya means beginning. If you say vikalpaha nirvikalpasya, Vyagatihi, Vyagati doshaha. So the substance is nirvikalpamba, savikalpamba. Vikalpa is the adeya. Adeya resting on the substance, the adhara. Is it nirvikalpam or savikalpam? If it is asked, the Purapakshi we asked that question. And if he answers, Yadi nirvikalpaha, nirvikalpasya, targi, what I am, this vikalpa will become vikalpa. Nirvikalpa, substance having vikalpa is virodaha, vyagati. Vyagati is virodaha, contradiction. Therefore, nirvikalpe, vikalpaha na sambhavati, vyagati. Nirvikalpe, vikalpaha na sambhavati. Therefore, he has to say savikalpasya. We ourselves we give a choice. Vikalpaha, nirvikalpasya va, savikalpasya va. It cannot be nirvikalpaha. Nirvikalpaha chet, vyaghata doshaha. Nirvikalpe, vikalpaha na sambhavati. Therefore, he has to say savikalpa. Now, savikalpasya yadi bhavati, tarhi, that savikalpa, that substance, it must lie on that substance. It is substance because it has the property. Therefore, that property of that, we say, even the word what we say, you can see, vikalpena saha vartate. Vikalpena saha vartate savikalpaha. Therefore, vikalpa is something which is attached to the substance. It is not original to the substance. Vikalpena saha vartate savikalpaha. So substance is savikalpa and that substance has got vikalpa. So both are different. In the beginning itself, we have made it very clear. Vikalpena saha vartate, by saying that the substance and the property, they are different. Therefore, property resting on the substance. The property resting on the substance, and the substance is nirvikalpa, then vyagata. If it is savikalpa, then other doshas will come. Anyatra means on the, if you say if it is savikalpa, anyatra means savikalpa. If your answer is savikalpa, anyatra, then anavastatma shayadaya, anavasta dosha, atma shaya dosha, anyonya shaya dosha, chakraka dosha, all doshas, what we saw defects, that will result. So therefore he is cornered, so he cannot answer anything. That is what this shloka says. So, therefore, Swarupasya, therefore, it says, Idam guna kriya jati dravyam sambandha vastushu. Idam guna kriya jati sambandha vastushu. This jati guna kriya iti sambandha vastushu, idam is referring to this vikalpa doshana jatam idam jati guna kriya sambandha dravyam iti sambandha vastushu tena savikalpasya asangatvena etat swarupasya padarthasya swarupasya iti vijñāyata. That is, that the defects, because of the defects, we cannot say it is savishesha or nirvishesha. Therefore, Vidyaranya says, because it is not savikalpa or nirvikalpa, therefore swarupasya etat sarvam ishyata. Therefore, you have to say it is swarupasya etat sarvam ishyata. It is nirvishesha. Therefore, you have to say it is swarupasya. Swarupasya eva sarvam ishyata. That is, the jati guna kriya etc. All these are real, all these are unreal, and therefore the unreal, the mithya, must be resting on this nirvishesha. The mithya must be resting on nirvishesha. Why we say on the nirvishesha all the the attributes rest. Jati, Guna, Kriya, etc. They rest in Nirvishesha. It is possible. That alone is possible. Why? Because a real Vishesha cannot rest in real Nirvishesha. You understand what I'm saying? A real Vishesha cannot rest in real Nirvishesha. We say all this Vishesha rest in Nirvishesha Brahma. Therefore, what all these Visheshas, they must be Mithya Vishesha. They must be Mithya properties, Mithya attributes. A Mithya attribute can rest in Nirvishesha Brahma, Satyavastu. Satyavastu is Paramarthikam. Mithya Vastu is Vyavaharikam. Therefore, when it is Mithya, any number of Mithya Vastu, any number of Mithya property, Mithya attributes, they can have its Ashraya in Nirvishesham Brahma. The Brahma is untouched. Brahma is untouched. The problem with the Nayayika is, for him, Savishesha or real. Savishesha or real. For us, Savishesha is Mithya. Brahma Satyam, Sarvam Mithya. Savishesha is unreal. Nirvishesha alone is real for us. Whereas for the Nayayika, the other Darshanikas, Savishesha is real. Therefore, the Savishesha resting on the substance, all these questions come. It is Savishesha, Nirvishesha, all doshas will come. For us, it's not a problem. Savishesha is being Mithya. Therefore, any number of Savishesha we can accommodate in Nirvishesha Brahma. It cannot touch Satyavastu. Therefore, no Vyaghata dosha, and therefore no other doshas also. A Nirvishesha Brahma can take any number of superimposed these properties, attributes. Because attributes are Mithya. Where it is Mithya for us, it is real for Nayayikas, logicians. Since Satyavastu can take any number of attributes, since it cannot be touched, therefore it has to be Paramarthikam. It has to be Paramarthika. Therefore, the Vyavaharika and Pratibhasika are Mithya. You take the example rope snake. Snake is real. Snake is Pratibhasika. It has got Pratibhasika Sattva. You are seeing a snake, therefore you are afraid. That's got reality. Now, where is the snake? The snake is resting on the rope. Snake can comfortably rest on the rope, no problem. Rope is the Ashaya, Adeya for snake. Real snake cannot stay in the rope, abide in the rope. Whereas rope can be Ashaya for the unreal snake. There is no problem. There is no problem for us. Yes. If this is unreal snake resting on the rope. Any number of attributes, any number of things can rest on the rope because they are unreal. The real cannot change. You can see the snake or something else, a garland, anything on the rope. Rope is untouched. It is safe. You are superimposing snake, you are superimposing a garland or anything else on that snake. What happened? Anything on the rope? What happened to the rope? The rope remains untouched. All these snake is an attribute which you superimpose on the rope, or a garland which you superimpose on the rope. These are the attributes. Any number of attributes you can make it rest on snake, but snake we can rest on rope. We can rest on rope, but rope is untouched. It remains as it is. Therefore, no problem for us. No problem for the Siddhanti, the Advaitis. The any number of Vishesha we can take on the Nirvishesha Brahma because they are Mithya. Snake is Mithya. The garland which is superimposed on the rope is Mithya. Snake is Mithya, rope is Satyam. Garland is Mithya, rope is Satyam. Satyam rope doesn't change with any number of superimposed attributes on it. Similarly, Nirvishesham Brahma is Satyam. that remains untouched with any number of Vishesha, Savikalpa. In fact, that as the rope is the Ashaya for snake, etc. Similarly, this Brahma is the Ashaya. Because of Brahma alone, everything enjoys Sattvam, the existence, Satta Spurti. Minus Brahma, they cannot really exist. Nasato vidyate bhavaha, nabhavo vidyate sataha. So therefore, Brahma is the Ashraya for all the attributes, including Ajnana. Important thing, including Ajnana, ignorance also. Ignorance do not reside outside of Brahma. If it is outside of Brahma, then ignorance, Ajnanam, will get a separate reality. It will enjoy separate reality. It's a problem. Then two parallel realities. Then it cannot be two realities, two parallel reality. Reality, when we say it has to be only one. Two parallel reality means that is contradiction. Two realities may be there, and one reality is mithya. Vyavaharika, pratibhasika, and paramarthika. Pratibhasika mithya, vyavaharika mithya. Paramarthika is satyam. And Paramarthika is not touched by Pratibhasika reality or Vyavaharika reality. So therefore, any number of Vikalpa we can superimpose on Brahma as we do it on snake, as we do it on the rope. The rope doesn't change. Similarly, Brahma doesn't change. So therefore, Brahma being Paramarthika, Sat, everything else is mithya, everything is Vyavaharika Satyam. Vyavaharika Satyam, Paramarthika Mithya. That also you have to understand very clearly. Because we say mithya, it is mithya from the standpoint of Paramarthika. Vyavaharika Satyam, but Paramarthika Drishtya Mithya. Vyavaharika Satyam, similarly Pratibhasika Satyam, the dream world, Pratibhasikam, it is real. Is it really real? Not really real. It is real for the person, Pratibhasika. When he wakes up, he himself recognizes it as unreal. So, but for the dreamer, it is real. For the dreamer, in the dream, it is real, Pratibhasika. With reference to Vyavaharika, it is unreal. Similarly, when from the Vyavaharika, the person wakes up, the Paramarthika Drishti, then Vyavaharika is Mithya. So, Paramarthika, it accommodates Vyavaharika. And therefore, any number of Vishesha, Vikalpa, Brahma can take, but it remains untouched. Therefore, Swarupasya Ishyatam. All Vikalpas can be in Nirvikalpa. Iti our Siddhanta. It is our answer. All Vishesha can be in Nirvikalpa, Nirvishesha, Brahma. Therefore, there is no question of whether this Vishesha, the Vikalpa, resting on Savikalpa Brahma, Nirvikalpa Brahma, because it is Nirvikalpa Brahma, Nirvishesha Brahma, and since Visheshas are Mithya, therefore, any number of Vikalpas can be supported by Nirvikalpam Brahma. Therefore, Tena Swarupasya Sarvam Idam Ishyatam. Idam Ishyatam. It is desired. What? Swarupasya. Tena here is Vikalpasya Asangatvena. Tena. It is not attached to the Vikalpa. It is attached to the Vikalpa. That is Guna, etc., Jati Guna, Kriya, etc. Therefore, Swarupasya Idam Ishyatam. Therefore, you can say that it is resting on the Swarupa, it is resting on the Nirvikalpam Brahma. Iti our answer. Iti Purva Pakshi is first we dismissed Purva Pakshi. First we gave an offensive reply, then we say a defensive reply. So dismissing finally the Purva Pakshi, making him see the fallacy in his darshana, in his argument. Now the meaning, we have seen the general meaning of the shloka. Now the specific, the words and the tika to this, we'll see that in the next class. This shloka is a little difficult in the Panchadasi. There are some more shlokas are also there, but this shloka is little difficult. The doshas are not explained here. The doshas are just the author mentions Yagatihi, Anyatra Anavasta Atma Shayadaya. Adi Padat, we can bring all the other doshas. They are not discussed here. In some other place it may be discussed, but here it is not discussed. But I told you what it is: Atma Shaya, Nyonya Ashaya, etc. We'll stop here. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavada.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.